So what's going on, guys? It's your boy, it's Kaza, and today I am bringing you a best class set video for the M4A1, which is probably the most overpowered class in this whole entire game. Well, not overpowered class, there might be so many different overpowered classes in my opinion, but this one is probably the most overpowered gun in the game. So let's go into the class itself. So, the M4A1 is undoubtedly overpowered. It's too overpowered for this game. It's such a brilliant gun to use. I love using it. I find it so fun to use and run around with and slaying and killing people, and it's just a really overall powerful good gun. So let's go into the attachments. So let's talk about the ones I don't use. So muzzle, optic and ammunition. So I don't use the muzzle because I don't feel like you need any of the muzzle attachments, for example flash guard or anything like that. I don't feel like you need to use it, and also I feel like the pros and cons of using it, like the cons are so much outweighing the pros in my opinion, and it just slows down the gun. Now onto the optics. Yes, you can use a good optic. For example, you can use the GI Mini Reflex or the Viper Reflex, anything like that, or the Monocle Reflex. The Monocle was actually a pretty decent reflex not many people use, but in my opinion this gun don't really need a reflex at all. The only time you should use a reflex on this gun is when you're doing something like Warzone, when you might want to kill people from further range, but in my opinion you don't need a reflex on this gun when playing just normal standard multiplayer. And on to ammunition. Yes, it'd be good to have more ammo, for example 50 round mags, 60 round mags, or like the 32 round mags, but the 10 round mags definitely not. Yes, it'd be good to have more ammo, but I feel like it just slows down the gun so much, just having that extra bit of ammo. It just completely slows it down, and you don't really want to have a slowed down gun. So let's go on to the actual attachments that I use. So for example, let's start with the barrel. The barrel, I use the stock M16 Grenadier, and in my opinion this is the best barrel in the game for a gun. For example the M4A1, it's the best barrel for the M4A1. It has so much more pros to cons. For example, the damage range is completely buffed up, so is the bullet velocity, and so is the recoil control. So it's buffed up quite a bit, but you significantly lose your mobility, which is the aim down sight speed and movement speed. But some of the other attachments you will see will cancel that mobility downtime. It's such a better gun, gun to use with the stock M16 Grenadier, because that damage range is now buffed up. So that 3-shot kill time will be put further forward, further back. Well, my bad, I mean further back. So you can kill people further back with 3 shots instead of 4 to 5, which is a lot better in my opinion. And then of course the recoil control. You don't really want a gun that has a hell of a lot of recoil. You want to make sure it keeps accurate, so you can slay people from all ranges. You want it to be accurate, so you don't have to single tap it from just like medium range. You want it to completely be accurate, so you can just spray it down. So onto attack laser. The reason I use attack laser because the cons is like all the way down. There's more pros than cons completely. Just look at it. Aiming down sight speed for one. Aiming stability, so the gun is more stable when you're walking with it, and walking steadiness, so that again when you're walking with it the gun is more stable. So it's just like standing, the gun isn't really swaying that much. The same with the walking, it's not really swaying that much, and the aim down sight speed is then put up, so your mobility goes back up again. Like I showed you, some of these attachments can make the mobility go back up, so it cancels that stock M16 Grenadier. The only problem is the laser is visible to enemies, but what you want to do to counteract that is to then not aim down sights all the time. For example, only aim down sights when you feel like it's necessary to. Don't just like pre-aim all the time. You just want to aim down sights when you think it's necessary to, and you know there probably is an enemy around that corner, or when you know there's an enemy in front of you. You don't want to aim down sights all the time, otherwise they will see that laser. Next, onto the stock. The stock I use is the Forge Tac COS. For example, it makes the mobility go up. The accuracy is a little bit gone down, but with all the attachments I use, it makes the accuracy go up. It just counteracts it. So all it's got basically is aim down sight speed. You don't really lose the aim stability, because all the other attachments I use made the aim stability go up. So it makes the gun quicker to go aim down sights again, and your mobility is put back up again. So you've got better mobility and aim down sight speed. Next we use the underbarrel. I use the Ranger foregrip. It has recoil control and aim stability, and the cons are aim movement speed and aim down sight speed. So the aim walking movement speed is of course important. You don't really want to lose it, but you don't always have to be walking around so quickly, because with aim walking movement speed, when you're walking around with such quick speed while aiming down sights, it makes the gun sway more. So you want to sort of like dim it down a bit, which is what I've done with this attachment. And then your accuracy, again, you need good accuracy with a gun. You need to have it so there's barely any recoil, which makes this gun better, and the aim stability, which makes the swaying better. And then you do lose aim down sight speed, but because of the stock, the grip tape I've got in a minute, which I'll show you, and the attack laser, that completely cancels it out. And same with the mobility, it just cancels out on mobility because you've got aim down sight speed with all three of them attachments. And of course onto the rear grip, which is triple grip tape. Again, the aim down sight speed, so you're quicker. You're not really losing that mobility with all the other attachments, which is what you don't want to lose. You do lose a bit of control, but in my opinion, it's not a major thing because this gun has loads of control on the gun itself anyway. So it's not a major thing to lose. And that sprint to fire speed is very important because you want to be able to fire straight after sprinting. So yeah, those are the attachments for the M4A1. The secondary weapon I use is the 357. I don't have any attachments to put on it yet. You don't really need to put any attachments on it. In my opinion, the iron sight is perfect. It's just a perfect gun to use, especially because it's a 2 kill shot on any part of the body, and if you hit the head, it's straight up one kill, 1 shot 1 kill, which is brilliant. Now on to perks. So the perks I use is Scavenger. I really highly recommend using Scavenger because if you're low on ammo and you kill someone, you can then pick up their ammo, so you're back to having good ammo again. So I really recommend using Scavenger for this because then you can always make sure you got ammo and you're not losing any. Next is Ghost, a very important perk because UAVs is 3 kills. All you need is 3 kills to get UAVs without dying. It's such a common thing to find in a game. You want to make sure you never be detectable by them, and you always want to stay hidden. So the UAV is the best bet to, the Ghost is the best bet to stay away from all that, and you're always keeping hidden, especially when some people out there are scummy and use heartbeat sensors. So that's a bit scummy in my opinion, so make sure you always have Ghosts and you're staying hidden around all of them, and it's just a perfect perk to use. You can use restock if you want, so you're always recharging that equipment, but I recommend not to. Ghost is the way to go. And on to perks, so you can choose between quite a few different perks. If you want, you can use Tracker, if you want to know which ways an enemy has gone, if you're behind them. You can use Spotter if you want to see enemy equipment, for example through walls, like claymores, like you go upstairs in a building and you want to see a claymore because you don't really want to get killed by a claymore or a bouncing Betty. Battle hardened, so it reduces strength of the enemy flashes and stuns, so you're not stunned or flashed that often, but not many people run the flun and the flash and the stun. Jesus, what is going on with my wording today? Amped, you can use amped if you want, faster weapon swap if you've got a rocket launcher, or if you've got 2 snipers or anything like that, or you've got a sniper on this class, the pistol I recommend, you can always use amped. And tune up, which reduces the charge time for field upgrades by 40%, so you're always getting that field upgrade, but I still recommend using shrapnel because I feel like it's better. You spawn with an extra piece of lethal equipment, explosive damage delays enemy health regeneration, so you've always got 2 grenades with you, or 2 throwing knives, or so on and so forth. And the damage it gets from an explosive will delay their health regeneration, so they're not getting their health back as quick as other people would. Now on to the lethals, I use Semtex. Semtex is definitely the best explosive to use in this game. Sticks onto walls, sticks onto enemies, you throw it straight at them and it sticks to them, you're basically going to get a guaranteed kill. Next I use is Tactical, which is Stim. Stim is very useful, very useful. I can't stress it enough. If you're in the middle of a battle, you're taking a bit of damage, but you're not dead, use a Stim and you get that health back straight away pretty much. And also it refreshes that tactical sprint, so you can run away quicker as well. It's very useful to use, and if you have a Stim and dead silence, you can run twice as fast. So if you're in the middle of a battle, you need to get out of there and you have dead silence on, pop a Stim and you're moving quicker than Usain Bolt. So there you go, those are the attachments and the perks and the secondaries and the lethals and tacticals. So that's the class I use. Let's get into a gameplay. Exactly what this gun can do. Start the game. Perfect. Let's look at what this gun looks like in gold. Oh, beautiful. Look at it, the little swirls as well. It just stands out. Especially with the gold camo, and in my opinion, gold camo in this game is a lot better than Damascus. a hell of a lot better than the back. Well, I'm actually going to use my stims.
Clear to engage all threats.
And I'm just going to go ahead and run straight to the right. I want to get it first.
We've taken control. Watch it!
That was a good action for that one.
Contact!
I got enemy. I got him. Let him just keep trying to fire through. Alright. There's loads of them in there, okay. That's fine with me. I think there's like 3 of them in that one room then. 3 of them. I want to go check the middle. Take the left side. No one so far got a speed. They're all pushing right. Okay, Matthew there was a bit dreadful. I'm gonna get playing differently.
Reloading.
Oh damn, that was close. Take it, so don't hear me. Alright, he heard me. Okay, I didn't think you would hear me peeking that. Still makes a bit of noise when you peek it though, that's the thing. I should have just opened it normally. There's an enemy over there.
Our enemy has the lead. Throwing grenade!
Trap him in. Oh, he moved, okay. I thought my grenades would trap him in. Why did I jump? What was going in my brain to jump? I just completely ruined my accuracy. What was going through my brain to be like, oh yeah, near the gun battle, just jump. You don't have a scuff controller anymore, Kazar. Remember that. You're not pro. You're not like Optic or something, man. Just gone upstairs.
Throwing grenade!
Told ya. Got him. Someone's gonna push on this side. Got him. Wanna see push upstairs. Oh yeah, knew someone was up there. Damn claymores.
Our enemy has the lead.
Okay, teammate got him.
Good copy. UAV beginning flyover.
Good fire. Got him. See the accuracy of that gun though, see that accuracy. Absolutely brilliant with all the grip and everything on it. Absolutely brilliant.
Enemy UAV overhead.
UAV is out of fuel.
I want to see where it's going to
Returning
push
to
from.
resupply.
Oh, I thought that was an enemy though. I think he picked me out. I got him. Someone's in there. Got him. Right, I need to push on the back quickly. Activate this and regen my health.
This is Falcon 3-0. Good copy. UAV beginning flyover.
Come on, push through.
Enemy at the shots.
I'm gonna push down here. So I can keep an eye on that door. I know there's a bit of camping right now, but I want to quickly get that VTOL so I can control mid-map.
UAV is out of fuel. Returning to resupply.
Trophy system deployed.
Got him.
Reloading. We're halfway there. Keep fighting.
Got him. Push out here. I've got an idea. Push underneath. Push underneath and come out from the side. Then comes the hot behind. I think I got him. Push that, push that. Just wait a second, an enemy might pop up in a minute and I'll probably get my VTOL. Now watch me die before I get my VTOL. Now watch me fucking die before I get my VTOL. It's my fucking luck. I knew I saw an enemy. Put that there.
Friendly care package inbound.
Told you I'll get my VTOL.
Get ready for tasking.
Put that right bigger map.
We're Factory 3 now on station.
I know the solar still behind that door. Fuck it. Everyone? Hello? Anyone up here at all? Okay. Oh, look at that. Nice accuracy kill that was. Nice accuracy kill that was. Oh, damn. I need to hope I get health quick.
This is Horseman 3, we're taking fire.
Got him. Short for the advanced UAV. So watch right here.
Heavy damage sustained. Clear them out.
Then my team have pushed out making people to me. One of the advanced UAV, one of the advanced UAV. Got my advanced UAV.
Advanced UAV ready.
Got him as well.
UAV on approach. Beginning radar.
On top.
Enemy near Main Street.
Don't like how they're still on the top. Got him. I want to push him a little bit. Ah, he's gonna get me, he's gonna get me, he's gonna get me. Oh, he didn't get me. He didn't get me.
Be advised. Advanced UAV is on the field.
Careful, bro, careful. Right, let him. Ah, I'm dead, I'm dead. Oh well, oh well. That was a nice streak, that was a nice streak. That was a beautiful streak in my opinion, that was absolutely beautiful. Ah, damn. Oh, two of them. Oh no, I think he does the other guy just spawned in. See how good this gun is? Just see how good this gun is. I absolutely love it. It gives me chills and shivers whenever I use it. It's just a brilliant gun to use. I absolutely love it. I never rated this gun. I just find it so fun to use. Right, I wasn't gonna get him. Grenade ball. Maybe not. Who do I go for? There's two of them. I know what I'm gonna do.
Let's keep fighting, we've got
Push
this.
him. Oh, hello. I have no idea what to do there. There we go. GG. That is the best last set of video for you. Hope you enjoy. And peace.